We welcome Easter Sunday with a heart full of hope, joy, and spiritual renewal. A very happy Easter to everyone. Maligayang Pasko ng muling pagkabuhay sa inyong lahat. On this glorious Easter Sunday, the Church proclaims with joy, Jesus is risen. But what does this truly mean for us? What I'm going to do today is to reflect with you about human logic and God's logic. Because St. Paul tells us, if Jesus did not rise from the dead, we are all foolish people. Our faith is useless. You are a fool, I am a fool. Many people will tell you that based on human logic, the resurrection makes no sense. Miracles do not happen. They are not real. They are a product of human need for hope in times of despair. The first thing we need to remember is that human logic is not always logical. Human logic is not always equal to truth. Many people will tell you Jesus rising from the tomb is illogical. We think that because it is impossible, it is illogical. First, the resurrection is only impossible and illogical if God does not exist. Miracles are impossible and illogical if there is no God, if God is not real. Second, here is God's logic. Christ healed the sick. He gave food to the hungry crowd, thousands of them in just one moment. He cured the lepers. He forgave sinners. He made the lame walk. He brought the dead back to life. He multiplied food. He walked on the water. He calmed the storms and exorcised demons with his mere voice and word. He died, and after 3 days, his tomb, according to the gospel of today, was empty. And over a span of 6 weeks, he appeared to his disciples, to other people in different locations. St. Paul in his letter to the Romans said, Jesus appeared to over 500 people. He did not only appear for a moment or in their imagination, he even ate with his disciples. He walked with them on the road to Emmaus. They even touched him. If the resurrection of Jesus was a lie, a product of the imagination of the disciples because they were in despair, this news could have died long time ago. The Church of Christ, the largest institution of any kind in human history, would have died long time ago. Here is another logic, God's logic. Isaiah, Jeremiah, Zechariah, Hosea, and Micah in the Old Testament, they all pointed to Christ's death and resurrection 100 years before they occurred, they happened. Here is another logic. How about the martyrs and saints of the church? Would these people leave their businesses, their careers, their homes, their families, to go to the ends of the earth, sacrifice their life for something that is a lie, for something that is not true? Here is another logic. The reason we believe that Jesus is Lord and He has risen from the dead is because we know faith in Christ works. It has changed many drug addicts, many people whose lives are a mess. It has repaired many broken lives. Faith in Christ healed many broken families and relationships. Faith in Christ helped people to get out of their miserable life and depression. Faith in Christ has given hope to those in despair. Faith in Christ works. Finally, third, here is actually what is illogical. Here is what is illogical. If we are the center of the universe, because there is no God, God doesn't exist, God is not real, therefore we are the center of the universe. The resurrection of Jesus is a lie. It's not true. We are the center of the universe. If we are the center of the universe, then we should be able to cure suffering and death. We should be able to solve all problems that cause human suffering, especially death. As a priest, I have seen hundreds of times how faith in Christ makes a difference for people who have cancer and who are dying. It is during these moments that human logic does not work, but faith does. It is in these moments, dying moments, human logic does not give hope, but faith in Christ does give hope. Let me end with a message from Timothy, a quote from Timothy Keller. He was a pastor in the United States, and he had a cancer, and he died 2 years ago. He said, "The only love that won't disappoint you is one that cannot change, one that cannot be lost, one that is not based on the ups and downs of life, a love that is not based on human logic. It is something that not even death can take away from us. God's love is the only thing like that."